Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That's the whole thing. Today we're here to talk about a massive reveal.
You thought Crusher was a big reveal? Ha!
Ha! Yeah, wow.
Example there. Ha!
The episode 17 seconds gave us some interesting stuff to talk about, and this is one of them. What are we talking about today, Samuel?
Well, this is a thing we had said maybe a while ago and moved past it because it seemed too obvious. This isn't a bad thing, it's just New Trek tends to do random things like giant squid aliens that are from another part of the galaxy that want to kill all life. Turns out, Stuart, that one element of the big bad wolf plan is the changelings from Deep Space Nine. And they're back to cause chaos, and that's kind of it. It's easy to say, huge ramifications.
A rogue group of changelings that Worf was apparently alerted to by Odo. That is mentioned in the episode. Not Odo by name, but, a changeling that I know quite well, obviously, right? So it's not necessarily the Dominion, right? It's just a rogue group of changelings. They want to take over the Alpha Quadrant or destroy the planets, the solids.
Well, they don't agree with the peace pact, and that's kind of all we know. Their greater plan is yet to be revealed.
Yeah.
But I mean, how did you react? I certainly was like, oh.
I was like, It's more of a, what is happening right now?
Well, we'd said ages ago that it's an obvious thing that the Dominion, a changeling is still deadly in any situation. And as on the famous lines in DS9, with O'Brien on Earth, wait, O'Brien's on DS9, oh my god. Guess how many changelings on Earth causing all this chaos? Like 3. And because in that situation, it was obviously what they might do is the dangerous thing. Everyone's being all chaos about it. But if there's only 3 changelings that have gone rogue, that's 3 entities that can exist as any other entity, which means gives sort of a limited stealth ability. And they're very smart, and you assume they'd be somewhat radical because they've left, which means they'd be more desperate. Maybe their plans are greater, maybe they stole information. They are the most dangerous of the Founders. At least the changeling female that we saw, you sort of knew the box that she works within, her framework. These people could be anything, which is even more scary.
Yeah. And the thing is, some people might bring this up, but I hope they don't. I hope they include in. They'll say that, the changelings, look at Odo, look at his face, look at the female changeling, her face. It's like, yeah, but she did that on purpose to mock or to be relatable more to Odo. We know that the other changelings can do perfects. So if anybody's throwing that out there right away, just going to shoot that down.
It's kind of the whole point, Stuart. They can be birds, they can be people.
Exactly. This has ramifications because just because there's a changeling on your ship doesn't mean they're going to maintain the same form. They could become somebody else. They could knock out one of our heroes, throw them in a closet, and become the hero. So we don't really know who we can trust, and that goes back to what Beverly said, trust no one. So,
which I must have been part of the episode that we said, debating that idea, is it brain bugs or changelings? Because once they said, Klingons attacked us, Federation attacked us, although Fenris Rangers, they were clearly just Fenris Rangers, because they were saying the marked lady. So I guess they phoned the marked lady and said, hey, Crusher's here, and the changelings sent Klingons? They were Klingons? No. They sent Federation?
No, the implication is that the Fenris Rangers were the changelings, as were the Klingons, as were whatever, and they are working with Vadic and the Shrike, which we don't know the connection there, because I don't think Vadic is a changeling. But that's the implication I got.
But why would they not just take over the ship then and there? They certainly could have.
A good question. Don't know.
And why did you go to the effort of stealing 2 Fenris Ranger ships when you could just grab them?
Maybe there's 100 changelings all linked together forming a ship.
The lesser Great Link. Oh, okay, there we go. They went to the Demon Planet and learned the secrets of ship morphication. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It broadens it, because the question then beings, are they the masterminds? Is Vadic the mastermind? Is there another mastermind? Is there even maybe another force? Because the changeling dude did say, the Federation's enemies, there was a greater context. Is this more a case of several groups have come together to screw over the Starfleet people? Did Law escape years ago work out that it was almost a universe-destroying event, Dominion War. He wants revenge. Chris Lempty, kind of killed, goes to the changing homeworld, says, "Hey guys, anyone want to join the faction?" Because what if it'll be like not necessarily a rogues gallery, but you could almost have because 3 episodes in, that's a giant reveal, which implies there might be other enemy reveals, because they didn't really play it off. I mean, I don't know if you agree, Stuart. I don't think they really played it off as this is our big bad. It's more a case of, this is part of the scenario, so who else might be there?
Yeah, they definitely didn't play it off as this is the big bad. Because, like I said, the whole Shrike and Vatic thing doesn't quite fit as a changeling to me. But they obviously are working together because the Saboteur on board the Titan. Which you brought up in our review, like, why the Titan? Why is the changeling on the Titan? Was that the initial plan?
Yep.
Was that the guy in the bar that was following Picard and Riker? And if so, how did he get on the Titan so fast? Because, you'd follow them, find out what ship they're on, but then you have to get on board and be one of the crewmates, or take out one of the crewmates and replace them with, like, it just seems we still need answers, obviously, and hopefully we get those answers.
And then why was a Shrike that's got the weapons that were stolen with the changelings part of the plan also attacking Crusher? I don't necessarily believe that's to get to Picard. There are easier ways, like beaming to his vineyard. That's an easier way. He was literally at his vineyard without protection that day.
Don't give him
yes, he had
up.
Laris, but I think 4 guys with phaser cannons can take out Laris and punch Picard in the face. So it isn't, you know what I mean? But it, like I say, it's going to be a rogue gallery. Are we going to see some Klingons, some evil Klingons? Are we going to see evil Romulans, Remans? Are we going to see? Because if we're going, a greatest hit of DS9, is there a greatest hit of Voyager that might be connected? Maybe someone pissed off Janeway, or Janeway pissed off.
As for the effects, I wish they wouldn't have changed them. I don't know why they did. I really like the effects of the changeling in DS9. I know it's, the CGI of the time. But the one in this episode honestly just looks like melted meat. It's like there's fat in there, and it's an odd choice. I don't know if there's deliberate reason that it's supposed to look different, or if it's just because it's new techniques.
So the reason I picked this 1995 to 2023 comparison is because that changeling was dying. So there isn't the excuse of when they die, they alter how they vibe. This changeling, it was doing something not normal, right? It wasn't dying, but it was doing something, so it's not normal. I think arguably 1995 just looks better.
I do too.
Aesthetically and alien-y. Yes, obviously it's low resolution. You can literally see you can see how low texture resolution it is. But I think the new one just looks, like you say, like a Resident Evil creature that's exploded or melted. It's not at all the same character. I think 1995 just looks better.
Well, that's the thing. Like, is it a deliberate choice that, yes, these are changelings, but they've melded with some other form of changeling, and so they're a new kind of changeling? Or is that a visual hint to that?
Yeah,
or is it
possibly.
This is what we want the effect to look like back in the 90s. Couldn't do it. I don't know.
Because it like I say, they're 0% organic, right? Like skin matter. That's super organic. I like the idea that, yes, that they're rogue changelings, they got thrown out of the link, maybe they got erased from it, maybe they became human because of that, and then they found a way of re-metamorphosizing, but now they're like a skin metamorphosizing. Hence why this is entirely different. Because also the way they were getting punched, and their face, like T-1000, which is again not what changelings do, that's not at all how they'd react. You'd kind of go through a changeling, or just, it wouldn't affect their face. That's not really...
Well, this is where people are going to jump in the chat, in the comments, and say, well, he's held his form too long. We've seen that with Odo, and it's a totally different effect. It's like the drying, desiccating, like mummified skin peeling away. It's a totally different thing. When
several changelings as well, how it looks.
Yeah, when they hold their form for too long. So it's totally different.
Yeah, which implies it'll be a different changeling vibe, which I'm fine with. But I do think the original just looks more alien. And I was just kind of impressed rewatching the scene of this episode, because that's quite a bold scene. Like, that looks cool. Like, dated, but really cool. Mimetic material. This is just skin. But, this is our first reintroduction. We did see it briefly in Discovery in the 32nd century. And that was changeling-esque when they reformed briefly. So that was referencing. I mean, this may very well lead to a more direct changeling vibe. Now, we have got a shot, this last shot, where the guy does have some, like, the top of his face is sort of skin peely, but it looks more like a rash than a skin peely for most of his face. So I would not have, unless I screen capped the best screen cap, I did not clock that as being the effect from DS9.
Yeah, because this is when it was melting, essentially, like.
Wait, well, melting,
dissolving.
just messing up. Well, it didn't feel like melting. Just like it was confusing, right?
Well, yeah, like Worf put his hands on him and he kind of did a bubble, and then kind of fell apart. So I certainly hope they don't go through remaster DS9 and decide to change all of Odo's shapeshifter effects to this new blob thing, because that would be disgusting.
Hopefully not. But really good to see Dominion. Opens up a ton of great possibilities. Really broadens out the story potential. It means we might go to DS9. We might see we see no legacy DS9 characters. We've got obviously Seven from Voyager, who hasn't played much of a part yet this season. But now you might think that they need a changeling specialist. Maybe. I mean, Worf. Well, I guess he's also a DS9 alumni. I mean, logically, he could call Bashir. We might see Bashir in the season. You know, most of the DS9 actors look very similar. I could see this upping the possibility of... I mean, not Avery Brooks. He's been retired for a long time now. He's not going to come back. But the rest of the cast, I mean, could very well come back.
No, that'd be great to have them all return, except... Well, yeah, like I said, Avery Brooks probably won't, but... yeah, they have mentioned like a DS9... Yeah, they have mentioned the DS9 tie-in, and that could be Worf. That would be really bad. But anyway, somebody's got to come back, yeah.
Because funnily, if that technicality is true, then he's also technically a Star Trek movies tie-in, because he was in 6. It's like, yes. Technicalities. But yes, changelings, excellent. Hell of a good twist. Hopefully we'll get a big jump on that next week.
Yep. So anyway, until next time, please comment down below what you thought about the changelings, the new effect, or how they work in this conspiracy that's being woven. Let us know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell icon and join us for live, where we talk about this and many other things all the time.
So many things.
So many things.
Tech, plotlines, characters, uniforms. They keep making the uniforms, is what I'm saying here. And support us in our yearly uniform re-review series. Patreon, it's monthly. Join the channel on YouTube, also monthly. Or one-time donations at trekyards@hotmail.com. That is the PayPal address. Or super chatting on any live on any topic, or super thanksing on any video or merch down below. The links are there. We thank you graciously in advance.
That's right. So until next time, he's Commander Cocking.
He's Captain Foley.
See you guys later.
Bye, guys.